Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a proper Drag Race what if video, almost 2 years to be exact, and the reason for this is because I spent the majority of 2024 being interested in something other than Drag Race, but now I am somewhat back being involved with the fandom and I have some ideas for Drag Race related videos that I am actually in the mood to make since I have a lot of free time at the moment. I have also done a few other Drag Race related videos recently which you should definitely check out after this one. So right now All Stars 10 has just aired its 4th episode, and it seems like people are really liking it so far. But instead of talking about that, because I have only properly watched the first episode, I will be figuring out what would have happened had every season prior to season 16 had a LaLaPaRuza for the eliminated queens. There's no reason for me to be doing this other than curiosity, so let's just dive into it. The rules are simple. The eliminated queens of seasons 1 to 15 will lip-sync against each other in a tournament-style mini-competition for a cash prize of $50,000, or in season 1's case, $5,000. Starting with season 1, this tournament will be pretty short, since there are only 6 queens competing. Porkchop, Semi Brown, Akasha, Jade, Ongina, and Chanel. Rebecca could be included in this, but I'm just going to make it consistent between all the seasons and exclude all the finalists. So, to make this easier, we're just going to have the queens lip-sync in their elimination order, somewhat similar to All Star 6. Firstly, Porkchop lip-syncs against Tammy Brown. This lip-sync would certainly be questionable, but I'm just going to assume that Tammy has the redemption. Secondly, Akasha goes up against Jade. Although both of Akasha's first 2 lip-syncs were kind of one-sided on her end, I do think she can beat Jade here. In the final lip-sync of the first round, we get a proper exciting showdown between Ongina and Chanel, and I don't know if this will be controversial, but considering how close that lip-syncing against BB was, I'm going to give the win here to Ongina. The second and final round in this case is a 3-way between Tammy, Akasha and Ongina, and obviously Ongina would win. Season 2 has Redacted, Nicole Paige Rix from Atlanta, Georgia, Mystique Summers Madison, Kylie Sonique Love, Morgan McMichael, Sahara Davenport, Jessica Wilde, Pandora Box, and Tatiana. Firstly, we're going to have a 3-way lip sync because we'd rather have some stronger lip syncers going up against each other later on than the weaker ones. We have Shangela, Nicole Paige Rix from Atlanta, Georgia, and Mystique going first, and unfortunately, I am going to give the win to Shangela here. Next up, we have the rematch of Kylie and Morgan, and simply based off of the timing of season 2, I'm going to have Morgan advance this time. Then we have Sahara versus Jessica, and I know Jessica is a fierce performer, but Sahara Davenport was Sahara Davenport. To finish round 1, we have Pandora versus Tatiana, and it would of course be Tatiana. Round 2 begins with Shangela versus Morgan, where Morgan advances. Next it is Sahara versus Tatiana, and this one would be really difficult to call, but I'm going to give it to Tatiana. Finally, we finished off with Morgan versus Tatiana, where Tatiana takes home the prize. Season 3 has Venus Delight, Phoenix, Mimi I'm First, India Farah, Mariah, Stacey Lynn Matthews, Delta Work, Shangela, Carmen Carrera, and Yara Sofia. Phoenix beats Venus, India beats Mimi again, Stacey beats Mariah, Delta beats Shangela, and I'm assuming that Yara beats Carmen. Phoenix and India are out in the second round, as is Yara. Delta goes up against Stacey and probably beats her. Season 4 has Elisa Summers, LaShawn Beyond, The Princess, Madame LaQueer, Milan, Jiggly Caliente, Willem, Dida Ritz, Kenya Michaels, and Latrice Royale. I think we already know who is going to win, but alas, let's continue. LaShawn, The Princess, Jiggly, Dida, and Latrice all make it to round 2, where Jiggly and Latrice end up as the final 2. Unsurprisingly, Latrice Royale takes home $25,000. Season 5 will be a fierce tournament featuring Penetration, Serena Chacha, Monica Beverly Hills, Honey Mahogany, Vivienne Panay, Venetia Sparks, J. Jolie, Ivy Winters, Alyssa Edwards, Coco Montrese, and Detox. Well, half fierce at least. Monica would beat Penny and Serena, and oh god, we're probably going to end up with another double sachet worthy performance from Honey and Vivienne. Actually, I'm going to have it be a double sachet so that I can use a double save later on. Lanesha wins against Jade, and Alyssa beats Ivy. Then we have a double save between Coco and Detox. Monica, Lanesha, and Alyssa go up against each other, and of course, Alyssa wins. Coco beats Detox this time, resulting in another Coco vs Alyssa killer lip-sync performance, where if the show wants to provide some fan service, Alyssa will win, but if we're being realistic, Coco will win. Then we have Season 6 featuring Kelly Mansell, Magnolia Crawford, Vivacious, April Carrion, Gia Gunn, Milk, Laganja Estrandra, Trinity K. Bonet, Jocelyn Fox, Mendel the Creme, and Darian Lake. Vivacious obviously beats the 2 first outs, and April takes out Gia Gunn. Laganja assassinates Milk, as does TKB to Jocelyn. I'm not sure how the rematch between Darian and Dayla would go, but the fans would probably lose their mind if Dayla didn't make it to the second round, so we're going to do another double save. We're going to do 2 3-way lip syncs here because we can't keep having Dayla and Darian going up against each other. Thus, the final 2 will be Laganja Estrandra and Trinity K. Bonet, and in this scenario, I think TKB takes home the money. Season 7 also has some very strong performers, and Trixie Mattel. Tempest Azure, Sasha Bell, Jasmine Masters, Mrs. Kasha Davis, Candy Ho, Max, Jane Dior Fierce, Miss Fame, Trixie Mattel, Katia, and Kennedy Davenport. Another one where I think it's kind of obvious who will win. For my own selfish reasons, I'm going to switch up the format. Instead, we're going to have the 3-way lip sync at the end of round 1. Tempest vs Sasha would not be the most exciting performance, but I'm still going to give the win to Sasha nonetheless. Kasha also easily beats Jasmine, and Candy Ho eliminates Max. Jaden annihilates Miss Fame, and Trixie packing by both Kennedy and Katia. In the first 3-way performance, Candy Ho beats both of her opponents, and Kennedy wins the much more exciting battle between herself, Jaden, and Katia. Kennedy also beats Candy in the final 2, though Candy will still probably leave the episode with less screen time than Robin Fierce. Season 8 has a few less queens to think about, so let's get into it. Layla McQueen, Dax Exclamation Point, Cynthia Lee Fontaine, Naysha Lopez, Acid Betty, Robbie Turner, 4G4, Derek Barry, and Chi Chi DeVayne. We all know that Chi Chi's winning this, but who does everyone go up against? Layla most likely beats both Dax and Cynthia, as she actually did do pretty good during Applause. I just don't know why she did what she did during I Will Survive. Acid Betty takes out Naysha, and 4G probably has a lip sync redemption against Robbie Turner. Finally, we get a fierce battle between Derek and Chi Chi, where Chi Chi obviously advances. Acid Betty wins against Layla, and Chi Chi beats 4G once again in round 2. The final battle between Betty and Chi Chi ends with Chi Chi finishing victorious. Season 9 is probably not going to be as exciting. We have James Mansfield, Kimora Black, Charlie Hydes, Eureka, Cynthia Lee Fontaine, Aja, Pheromone, Valentina, Nina Brown, and Alexis Michelle. Of course, the winning queens are Kimora, Eureka, Aja, Valentina, and Nina. In the second round, Aja beats Kimora and Eureka, and I'm hoping that Valentina learns the words this time, so I'm going to let her win against Nina. Aja obliterates the final performance against Linda Evangelista, no longer being seen as Princess Disaster. Season 10, we have Miss Vanjie, Calorie Kardashian Williams, Yuhua Hamasaki, Dusty Ray Bottoms, Mayhem Miller, Blair St. Clair, Mo Hart the Vixen, Monet Exchange, and Miss Cracker. Vanjie, Yuhua, Mayhem, Vixen, and Monet are the winners of the first round. Mayhem probably wins the second round, maybe, but Monet obviously beats Vixen and absolutely beats Mayhem once again in the finals. Season 11 has Redacted, Kana Montrese, Honey Davenport, Mercedes Amon Diamond, Ariel Versace, Scarlet Envy, Raja O'Hara, Plastique Tiara, The Rob Goddess Miss Sugarcane, Nina West, and Vanjie. Firstly, Kana easily beats Soju and Honey. Mercedes beats Ariel, and Raja wins against Scarlet. Plastique loses to Sugar, and Vanjie beats Nina. Raja wins against Kimora and Mercedes in the second round, and Vanjie beats Sugar again. Now, I'm not sure how this final lip sync will go, but something's telling me they'd give it to Vanjie just so she can win something this season. Plus, Raja will win Canada vs. the World in a couple of years, so, you know. Season 12 would be super fierce. Dahlia Sin, Rockham Sakura, Nikki Doll, Aiden Zane, Britta, Jan, Widow Von Du, Heidi and Closet, and Jackie Cox. Rock would easily beat Dahlia and Nikki, and Britta would of course beat Aiden, just like originally. Widow also beats Jan, just like originally, and Heidi also beats Jackie, just like originally. Britta and Heidi end up as the final 2, where Heidi and Closet not just wins Miss Congeniality, but also the LaLaPaRuza. Season 13, we have Kimora Hall, Joey J, Tamisha Iman, Lala Ree, Elliot with 3Ks, Denali, Tina Burner, The Love of My Life, Utica Queen, and Olivia Lux. Tamisha most likely beats Kimora and Joey J, proving their age is just a number, and Lala beats Elliot. Denali obviously beats Tina, and I have a very difficult decision to make. Should I be biased, or should I be objective? Although, if I'm being objective, there is a possibility that Utica can beat Liv in this scenario. You know what, screw it. I'm going to be biased. Utica, you advance to the next round. However, regardless of anything, the top 2 queens of this tournament would be Lala and Denali. Although they might give the win to Denali for fan service like they did originally, I'm going to foreshadow Lala's Fame Games win from 2 years before it eventually happened and give her the win here. Season 14 only has 9 queens to talk about as well, since half of the cast ended up in the finale. Ginger Balaya, Alyssa Hunter, Cornbread, Orion Story, Maddie Morphosis, Kerry Colby, Jasmine Kennedy, Deja Sky, and Georges. Cornbread takes out June and Alyssa, Maddie beats Orion, Jasmine beats Kerry, and Georges beats Deja. Cornbread easily takes out Maddie, as Jasmine does Georges, and honestly I think Cornbread could win this, because that would be iconic. Finally, we have season 15 with the most queens taking part in this tournament. Irene the Alien, Princess Poppy, Sugar, Amethyst, Robin Fierce, Aura Mayari, Jax, Spice, Malaysia Baby Doll Fox, Marsha, Selena S. Titties, and Lucy LaDuca. I think the winners of the first round are pretty obvious. Irene wins against Poppy, Amethyst beats Sugar, Robin takes out Aura, Jax beats Spice, Marsha beats Malaysia, and Selena beats Lucy. In the second round, Robin beats Irene and Amethyst, and Marsha beats Jax and Selena. Finally, Marsha wins the lip sync against Jax, just in time for her to get the call for Broadway. Whew, there we go. 15 years worth of LaLaPaRuzas crammed into 10 minutes. If you made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know if there are any other what ifs you'd like me to cover. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I have some exciting videos planned for the future, Drag Race and otherwise. So be sure to stick around if you're interested. I hope you have a great day, and I'll hopefully see you next time.